Help her to listen.
Don't let her
Help
go
her
in there.
to listen.
No, don't do it.
Daddy, don't kill our baby. Daddy.
Oh my gosh. They don't. It's not right. It isn't right.
I'm such a good dad.
I know, honey.
I took care of her kids too, and the guy that she's let back in her life doesn't even take care of his own kids.
Seeing that young man break down like that, it really makes me feel a certain way, man, because I know a lot of men that went through that. You know what I'm saying? I myself in my younger days went through that. And it's funny how women been fighting for equality for years. And there was a time and period where a woman would fight for them not to create a law for abortions. And nowadays, you know, the wickedness of the world, the matrix of the world, they passed that wicked law. And nowadays, especially with modern day times, a lot of women are taking advantage of it. It's funny how women been fighting for equality for many years. And now that they have it, it seems like it's not equal anymore. As a man, you can name a right. You can name a right that a woman has that a man don't. But as a man, you don't have a right that a woman don't. So when it comes to equality, is it really equal? You see what I'm saying? So I just want to say this to the young guys out there and to the men my age and older. I want to list 3 things that you as a man have to do in order to lower your risk of a woman that you're dealing with abort your child. Because at the end of the day, you don't have that right. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that. We don't get upset about it. Is it fair? Oh, no, it's not fair. Is it fair that a young, attractive woman can get into the club for free and you have to pay? Is it fair that in a third world country, there's plenty of people that's starving and can't drink water, and the water that they do drink is filthy? Is it fair? What I want to explain to you guys is that life isn't fair. And those are the real men out there. You already understand that. So all we can do is just adapt. All we can do is just adapt to the times we're living in, adapt to the reality so we can get better outcomes. So the top 3 things to lower your risk of dealing with a woman who possibly might abort your child. And always keep this in mind too as well, fellas. When a woman is pregnant, no matter the race, obviously it's at a higher percentage with the African community race, but Caucasians is doing it as well. You know, Asians are doing it as well, but the numbers is crazy higher for the African American community. So I just want you to know this: when you have a child or your woman is pregnant with your child, she's pretty much, or he's pretty much, is a life sentence. It's a sentence. It's on trial. It's on trial, and it's either death, meaning guilty, or it's going to be free, meaning the baby is delivered, and an innocent child has been delivered. So basically, your child, when it's in your woman, it's on trial. And I want you guys to understand this, okay? Now, there's ways to prevent this. Not necessarily prevent, but lower the risk of this situation even happening, because at the end of the day, you as a man have to hold yourself accountable now, okay? Because we understand what can happen when a woman is pregnant. We understand it now. We can't be upset. There's nothing we can do about it. Now, we can voice our opinion. We can make videos about it. We can even go down to the courthouse and we can do that. And I'm all for that. But we're talking about the men that's in this situation right now, or trying to prevent a situation like that from happening in the future. Okay, so number 1, you must be with a woman where you're creating a child out of love. Okay? Don't create a child from a one-night stand. Try to prevent that as much as possible. Try not to pregnate a woman because she's beautiful, right? These are all physical things. you need to be able to look at a woman's characteristics and base it on that. Okay? So, number one, create a child with love. Make sure y'all have genuine love for one another. Okay? Number two, okay? You have to be able to protect your seed as much as possible. You, as a man, you are a planter. And you being a planter, you have to make sure that that soil is rich, it's healthy, it's fertile, meaning she's nurturing, right? Meaning she's feminine, she's submissive, she's cooperative. Okay, that's what you call rich soil, okay? And that also will show you if she's able to actually be positive and be caring and be loving for that child. Because if she has those types of attributes, those types of characteristics, 9 out of 10, she's not going to want to destroy the baby, because she's going to feel the same pain you feel as a man. It's equal. You see what I'm saying? So that's number two. You need to protect your seed as much as possible until you find out that that soil is rich for you to plant it. Okay? Number three, is she a mother? Is she a wife? Right? Or should I say long-term committed relationship? Does she has that as a priority? Right? Because if she doesn't have that as a priority, then why would she mother your seed? Now, being a mother has a few qualities that you need to look out for. Meaning, like I said in number two, she has to be nurturing. Okay? If she's not nurturing to you, she's not nurturing to herself, she's damn sure not going to be nurturing to her child. So you need to pay attention to that. Because when she gets pregnant and she was never nurturing, she didn't care about herself, she didn't nurture herself, meaning she was drinking, she was smoking. You think she's going to just quit that because she's pregnant? A lot of women have difficulties doing it. I'm not saying that all women can't do it, because there are some women that know how to cut it off because they realize that they're carrying a child, right? So they cut it off. But a lot of women struggle with that. So you need to pay attention to that. Do she care about herself? If she doesn't care about herself, she's not going to care about the seed that you planted in her. So 9 out of 10, that baby's on death row. And in the back of her mind, see, a woman shouldn't even be thinking about killing the baby at all. But the reason why it's in the back of their mind, because they think about themselves first. They think about their career first. And that's selfish. And you don't want to pregnate a woman that's selfish. Okay? Because look at the results. Okay? So keep that in mind, fellas. And I'm just going to throw a bonus in there. So number 4, you need to ask the question early up front in the dating process. You need to ask her, how do you feel about abortions? What do you think about abortions? If she is woman empowerment, in other words, feminist movement, meaning, my body, my choice, whatever, that's selfish already, because you are the spark of life. Every man and every woman that's on this planet today was in a man's testicles. Meaning to say, you are the spark of life. So if you pregnate her, for her to still think that it's my body, my choice, not thinking that a piece of your body is in her now, which is your seed. For her to still walk around saying that already should let you know where her mind is if she ever thinks selfishly. That baby is gone. You see what I'm saying? A woman is like the trucking company. All they do is transport the freight, meaning your seed. They just transport it till it gets delivered to the receiver. The receiver meaning life. You are the manufacturer. You're the one who created the seed, then you put it on the trucking company, and they supposed to deliver it safely to its destination. So if she's not willing to do that, and she gets to an accident because she don't know how to drive properly, she's intoxicated, she's thinking about destroying the baby, this is why you need to ask those questions up front. Now, if she says, Oh, I'm against it. I don't like that. I believe, if God, allowed me to be pregnant, if she starts thinking like that, then that's a good one because she's equal to you now because she understands how you think. That's equality. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, fellas. You need to ask that question up front. Don't try to prolong the relationship, ignoring red flags, because when you ignore red flags, you know what happens? You end up at a dead end street because you ignored all the signs on the highway. Don't ignore the signs on the highway. Pay attention so you can get to your destination, wherever that is for you as a young man or older man. The signs of the highway will always determine where you need to go. Don't ignore them. So you need to ask these questions up front, fellas, okay? You know what I'm saying? And if she says, my body, my choice to stand a third, listen, you can have fun with that and use it as recreational use only, but you better protect yourself. You better strap up. Especially if you don't want to have a child, then you need a 1,000% strap up. But if you think about pregnating this woman and thinking she's going to change, good luck with that. Because 9 out of 10, those types of women, they have their mind already made up. And they would do whatever it takes to keep on track on where they're trying to get in life. And if that means destroying your child, it is what it is. All right? So, peace and love. And remember this, y'all. Always keep it simple by keeping it alpha mental.